Hi, I'm Joram Appel, creative producer and community manager for the World War II and TimeGhost channels. Some of you might have seen me before, but since this is our first TimeGhost Army briefing, let me quickly introduce myself. I am an historian from Utrecht in the Netherlands, which I guess explains my accent. I worked with Indy on the Great War last year, and right now I'm creating World War II and Between Two Wars together with Indy, Spartacus, Astrid and the rest of the team. Myself and Wieke, our post-production director, hey Wieke, he's behind the camera, have a little studio/office here in Utrecht. So this is the first of our dispatches from 23rd HQ, and you should definitely look that up. We will bring you updates on the state of our documentary series, road trips, fan meetings and new concepts. And we will also use these videos to ask for your involvement, since we would like to expand our community's involvement in our production process. So a good example of where that already happened is our Between Two Wars episode on the Greco-Turkish War, where two community members called Jonas and Valentis helped us with the research and finding suitable images. And without them, that episode would have never have been as complete and great as it is right now. And I have 3 things I would like to talk to you about today. First, we need your input for a new format we would like to start. And second, like I just said, we would like to have your help in doing research, for example, Between Two Wars. And third, we would like to find better photos and archival material, but I'll come back to that later. First, let me introduce Letters from the Front. We spend a lot of time talking about battles, generals and politicians. Though Indy sometimes manages to include a personal note, we think we should do more with the individual experience of World War II. So Astrid and Wieke came up with the idea to do a sub-series on the millions of people who fought on the fronts, lived in occupied countries, were imprisoned or deported, or spent the war on the home front, where they might have been a nurse, policeman, factory worker or student. We would like to tell these stories. So, if you have letters or diaries from your relatives who lived through the Second World War, we would love for you to email us a scan of them. And we will take care of translation ourselves. So even if you're not in an English-speaking country, please do send them over. And you can do that to letters@timeghost.tv. Another thing we would like to do together with you is research. We would love for you to help us with getting into more foreign archives with publicly available material. We already tried this with the picture hunt, which I set up a while ago, and some of you might have participated in that, but it didn't quite help the editors the way it needed to, so this will be our new take on that. While we do have a multinational team with people from the United States, Sweden, Germany, Poland, the Netherlands of course, and Estonia even, there are still many languages that we don't speak and archives that we don't know. So we had a few suggestions made by our TimeGhost Army members on Instagram already, but we need access to even more photo and video archives. So if you, for example, live in Italy, Belgium, India, France, Spain, the United States, Russia, Scandinavia, the Balkans, Canada, Japan, the Czech Republic, maybe Brazil, or any other country, and you know where to find World War II photos, please do let us know on the TimeGhost Army forum. The link is in the video description below. And similarly, if you know your way around in those archives yourselves, and maybe even have a special interest in your nation's history of the Second World War or the inter-war era, we would love your involvement in image research or even research for any special episodes we might want to do in the future. So if you're a historian, like me, or a history student, or you just read a lot and you know a lot about it, please do reach out to us on our forum or send an email to community@timeghost.tv. Now, everything we do is only possible because we have a very dedicated community we like to call the TimeGhost Army. And some of these TimeGhost Army members support us financially on Patreon or on our own website, timeghost.tv. And right now, we get just enough support to make the weekly episodes at the quality we aspire to and you expect from us. And we can just barely cover the cost for our team and travel, to employ an editor, or for example, hire Astrid, who does the map for us, which I'm sure you all know is great. However, if we want to produce more specials, or any specials for that matter, since we only had one, as well as out of the foxholes videos, let alone go on road trips to show you the many locations of World War II, we could use a significant boost. And while we are already grateful for everyone who is so generous enough to help us make this show, if you don't already, please do consider joining the TimeGhost Army on Patreon or via our website. The war effort needs you. Conclusion. That's it for today's dispatch from 23rd HQ. We will do these more often whenever we want to share something or whenever we have a special request for you. Make sure to check your attic for dusty letters or diaries from your parents, grandparents, or even great-grandparents. Google for your national archives and join the TimeGhost Army on Patreon. That's all you have to do today. Make sure to check our daily coverage of World War II on Instagram, which I do myself, by the way. And if you would like to see a TimeGhost history video on the Greco-Turkish War that Spartacus was only able to write in the remarkably balanced way it is, thanks to research by 2 of our TimeGhost Army members, highlighting the perspective of both opposing sides, you can click right here. You can contact us via YouTube, email, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit and Twitter. We make sure to read every single message and comment. Cheers and see you later.